Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once more to our YouTube channel. And we are going to have a political discussion. And our today political discussion is about how we as Kenyans could have debated the Finance Bill 2023 in a better way, other than the way we have been debating about this Finance Bill. And before we discuss about that, I could request you kindly to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And whenever you subscribe to this YouTube channel, please always remember to smash the bell button, because once you smash the bell button, then YouTube can be in the position to notify you so that you can watch the content. And if you want to promote us more, always give our videos thumbs up, share our videos to your friends. And if your friends are lovers of politics, then it is good to request them to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Now, let us go back to the topic of our discussion. How should we have actually debated better the Finance Bill 2023? Because, from the time when this Finance Bill was actually formulated, it has actually elicited a lot of hatred among Kenyans. It has led to Kenyans being divided into two groups, and one group which is actually affiliating itself to Kenya Kwanza, and another group is actually affiliating itself to Azimio. And if a person was to come from outside Kenya, he could have thought that we are fighting among ourselves, and he could have had that notion that Kenya is not a stable nation, it's not a democratic nation. So the way we conducted ourselves when we were actually having that debate, it was not actually for the common good of our nation, Kenya. Because if we could have debated it better, then the way people could have seen Kenya, we could have been taught to be a mature democracy. People could have seen Kenya to be a stable nation. People could have seen us as people who are well behaved, but it's not like that. So it is unfortunate, because the way we were betrayed to the international community is that we are undemocratic. We don't become tolerant to each other. So, for example, when Azimio was talking about the finance bill, Azimio was seeing finance bill and it was giving it a bad image, because they could say finance bill is punitive. It's going to make our country economy to go to recession, and it should be actually be rejected in totality. So that's actually what was the aspect that was made by the Azimio side. On another hand, the group which actually affiliates itself with Kenya Kwanza, it was making this bill to be looked as if it is them who owns the bill. And that's why they were actually coming out to tell the public that this bill is going to pass, whether you like it or you don't like it. And actually that gave the bill a bad image, because many people thought that if this is how you talk to us, then this bill is yours. It is only going to benefit you as individuals. It's not going to be for we as a Kenya, as a nation. So I think if we could have debated this finance bill better, we could have done the following. First, we could have seen ourselves as Kenyan, as one people. Then we could have noted that whenever maybe MPs have been sent to parliament, they represent the Kenyans. They don't represent the parties they come from. And in actual sense, if we were to debate this bill properly, another thing which we could have done, we could have put aside our differences, maybe religious differences, political affiliation differences, tribal backgrounds. Then we could have said we are talking about Kenya, and we could have looked at that bill as Kenyans. And then we could have asked ourselves, could this bill help Kenya? How can we make the betterment of this bill? How can we amend it to make it a good bill, which actually will see the country to prosperity? So that's actually how we could have done. And if we could have done that way, we could have lessened what we call hatred. We could have made that unification as Kenya, and the bill could be seen as a bill of the people of Kenya, despite the way we made it to look. Because when that bill was being debated, people were looking at it as a bill of Kenya Kwanza. And that's why, to the present, still, if you see people who are affiliated to Azimio, they are calling that bill as Kenya Kwanza finance bill. They're not looking at that bill as a Kenyan bill, because any bill, any finance bill, whenever it is being passed in parliament, it's going to look at the Kenyan welfare. It's going to serve all the Kenyans, because finance bill is actually a way the government is going to correct resources, and those resources are going actually to trickle down back to the Kenyans through what we call the budget. So if Kenyans could have sat down looking at each other as Kenyans, not bringing their political affiliation to the inner circle, looking at themselves that we need to make this bill better. And if it is a good bill, we need to support that bill in entirety, so that that bill can be made to be active, so that the public can start correcting resources. So that's how Kenyans we should have done. But the way we did it, it was not a very good show to the coming generation, because we betrayed ourselves. We put ourselves out as people who are separated, and people who can be separated easily along the political lines. I don't know what's your take about this. How do you think should we have debated this finance bill? How could we have made this finance bill to be a better bill? Please, I could like you to drop your comment in the message section. And if this is your first time to pump into this YouTube channel, I request you kindly to subscribe to this YouTube channel, smash the bell button, like our videos, and if possible, share our videos to your friends. And if they are lovers of politics, then it's good to request them to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And with that, I say thank you. May God bless you abundantly. Thank you.